Life science trainees have many career options, and we've seen that in the preceding video. If you haven't had a chance to watch the video on possible careers for the life science trainee, we encourage you to do so now. The current video is going to discuss how you can move towards action and start career planning. Specifically in this video, we will describe a skills match audit. We'll identify ways that you can conduct job market research and assess job market needs. We'll discuss job search strategies and offer up some next steps for career planning. At this stage, as you move to career planning and potentially looking for work, a skills audit is going to bring together in one place all of the information about your experiences, and it asks you to take account of the wide variety of specific skills that you employ to do all parts of your work. Sometimes we forget about all the skills that we've employed in doing the work that we do. What does the skills audit reveal? It's going to reveal your experiences and a full accounting of the skills that were important in getting that work or having that experience go well. In the first column, you'll want to place your experiences. These can be volunteer work, they can be work, paid work, and they can also be educational experiences. List underneath the title the tasks that were involved. In the second column, this is where you're going to list your skills. So take a good look at all of the tasks that were involved, and you need to list the skills that were important in completing that work. Those are the skills that you showed that you were capable of using to get that work or to get through that experience. Now try to be as specific as possible. Maybe teamwork was very important, but what especially was it about teamwork? Was it dealing with difficult people? Was it creating cohesion in a team? Was it being the leader of the team? Was it holding everyone accountable for their work? Same with general skills like leadership. Try not to just put down leadership. Be more specific. If you wanted to, you could add one more column onto this table, and that column might be the impact or the outcome column. There, you're going to list potential outcomes or impacts of the work that you did, showing that you really mastered those skills. Also in the background of your career planning is carrying out an evaluation of job market trends and needs. Especially, you'll want to research any specific career areas or roles that interest you, and if you're not sure yet, then you can research the general trends in the sectors that interest you. You never know, those may even pinpoint you towards job opportunities that you didn't know about or that you hadn't previously thought of. This kind of task is going to put your research skills to good use. Some of the things that you'll want to learn through your research are: what is the job market? For instance, is there expected to be growth in the sector or roles that you're interested in? Are there more people applying for these jobs than there are jobs? Or are there some profiles or jobs that don't have enough candidates to fill them? Also, what are the sector needs and trends? To learn about this, it may mean that you have to broaden your understanding of the sector of interest. So for instance, read about the life sciences sector in Ontario or in BC or in Quebec. For others, it may mean learning more about the nonprofit sector or reading about key policy directions of the federal or provincial government. For other students or trainees, it may mean learning more about the funding of startups. Try to identify any future directions for sectors or roles that interest you. Your research on job market needs and trends is never going to be done. Even when you land a position, you'll want to stay up to date with what kinds of developments, innovations, and other things are happening in the area that you work in. There are many great resources available to you to conduct this job market research, and again, you'll use your research skills to find the data and the information that's relevant to you. A good place to start is with McGill's Career Planning Services website. Here, you can explore career and specific industries, such as the life sciences, pharmaceuticals, and biotechnology industry or sector. You can review career profiles. You can get linked to organizations that collect the data on job market needs. Other research you conduct may reveal white papers about jobs and trends for the future. As you prepare to apply for jobs or take the next steps of your career, you may be asking what strategies you should consider for your job search. To inform what strategies are likely to have the biggest payoff, consider this data from the CAPS Destination Survey in 2014. It shows that employed undergraduates found 40% of their jobs through advertisements and 60% through networking. These data probably aren't significantly different than those of a graduate student who's looking for work. What does this mean for the job seeker or the career planner? It means that first, you should look for public job postings. Why not? But that you should also target employers by identifying those that you may want to work with and reaching out to them directly. And that you do need to focus a good deal of time and energy on networking and connecting with people. Where do you go from here? You have a skills audit, meaning that you know your skill set well, you have completed some job market research, and you better understand the sector or roles that interest you, and you know that you will have to employ various strategies in your career planning or job search. Well, we propose 3 next things you can do for your career planning. The first is to perform a personal SWOT analysis. A personal SWOT analysis is a quick way to visualize and take stock of your personal strengths and weaknesses. Strengths are your personal skills or other attributes that will position you well for your career transition, but weaknesses might signify that there are gaps in your skills or other attributes where there are gaps that may make it difficult for you to perform or get a job in your specific career interest area. The SWOT also requires you to identify opportunities that might help to facilitate your transition and threats that could derail your job opportunities, your search, your career planning. Here are some ideas of questions that you can ask yourself in completing your personal SWOT analysis. The skills audit you did earlier is going to be helpful as you complete this exercise. The second task that we recommend that you try is to identify right now the skills that you may need to develop. Using your SWOT analysis, where you identified areas where there might be weaknesses, those are skills that might be missing, threats or opportunities, you can identify what priority skills you may want to develop. Make a complete list of skills you want to develop that may help you to improve those weaknesses or threats, or may help you to gain more advantage through an opportunity. For instance, the kinds of skills might be around communication, they might be around teamwork, they might be around specific kinds of career areas such as entrepreneurship or market research or intellectual property knowledge or patient-oriented research. Really, it can be broad and anything. But what you want to identify here is your current level of expertise or mastery of that skill, where 1 is low and 5 is high, and what the target level would be. When you identify a gap of 2 or 3 points on this scale of 5, those are really probably the priority areas where you need to look to get some additional training and make those your priority skills to develop. Ready to do some more? The last thing that we recommend you do, take what you've learned in the SWOT, you've pushed it forward to identify what priority skills you need to develop, and put those into a 6-month action plan. Try to be specific. Write down at least 3 things that you can do over the next 6 months for your career exploration, your career planning, your career preparation. Make sure these objectives tie into key deadlines and identify how you'll know that you finally or finished and achieved that goal. For more videos and information about life science careers, follow us on Facebook and head to our YouTube site.